Digital?
Digital slong. Digital slong.
Can you imagine if your penis was digital?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we're going to be in a tech world. You're going to have a digitized penis.
I mean, I could. That would be like a 3D one? Like a 3D
Nah,
printed one?
it's going to be pixelated
Why would it be pixelated?
because nobody wants to see it.
You got jokes. I see you got jokes already. What's up, people? Welcome back to Bourbon and Blunts.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy the J, baby.
What's up? I'm Slang. And today, as you can see here, we have a gift, a special gift.
That's right.
What does it say on it? What does it say on it? It says
Proof of wood?
proof and wood.
Oh, proof and wood.
So
I've never heard of this company here.
Yeah, and it's a very expensive bottle of whiskey.
Yes.
And it's a gift from a subscriber, Amy. Shout out to Amy.
Shout out to Amy. Thank you so much.
Yeah. We've been getting a lot of gifts on the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Dino and now Amy, and you know, it's been going good.
It has been going pretty good.
So,
And if you haven't already, please support the channel. A simple subscription to YouTube would be fantastic. Thumbs up, comment. You can also find us on where else?
we are on all podcast, well, mostly all podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music,
Spotify. And if you want to support the channel, you can support on Spotify, correct?
Yeah, so Spotify is our hosting because Anchor used to be on its own, and now Spotify, I guess, purchased Anchor, and they are one in the same. So Spotify is our hosting platform, and there is a link on YouTube where you can go and support the podcast, and you can donate anywhere from 99 cents a month to, there's three options: 99 cents a month, $4.99 a month, and $9.99 a month.
Yep.
And we do have some supporters already.
Yes.
Which shout out to you guys. At some point, I'm going to get all the names down, and I'm going to give a shout out. I'm just going to give out a shout out to everyone that supports the podcast in every episode because it is much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all of the positive feedback that we have gotten has been, it helps, it makes it very easy to continue to do this.
Yeah, for sure. I was, I was talking to Slang today, and I was, he was telling me all the good news, and I was just like, damn, I can't believe people actually listen and like and have a lot of positive things to say. So thank you so much, everybody. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, and also I told you, like, messages on Facebook from all my friends from that I grew up with, but other content creators on YouTube. Every time I talk to them or go on a live stream, they all are very supportive of the podcast.
Yeah,
bring it up all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Really, really appreciate it. So we will continue the festive journey of Bourbon and Blunts, smoking the Kush and drinking some nice whiskey.
some good.
Yeah, man, I'm ready. Let's crack this bottle open, dude. Let's check her out.
Open. Yeah. So again, shout out to Amy for the generous, very generous gift for proof and wood. And look at this bad boy right here. It's like a coffin.
It really is, man.
It looks like a coffin.
Damn, dude, look at that freaking thing.
So this is the bottle. 25-year-old American light whiskey, 100 seasons, distilled in 1992, aged in used charred oak barrels for 25 years.
Man, I'm excited to give that a shot. So comparatively, we just finished the Calumet Farms, which was a gift by Dino. Thank you again, Dino, for that, which was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
That was aged 16 years.
Yeah, that was a 16-year-old bottle.
16-year-old bottle. This is 25-year-old bottle. So I'm curious to taste the difference in the two.
This has like a...
So I wonder what was like clinging
It's like
around.
a medallion on the back.
You gonna wear that around your neck later?
I might put it somewhere else. I might throw that somewhere else.
Well, this is why we're digitizing your penis, as we said.
That's right. It's all about we're gonna AI it.
That's right.
Put it in
right.
Chat GPT and see what happens. Now this, I'm assuming, is a cork.
That is a cork. It looks like, buddy. Just got to pull that off.
It is a cork.
There you go. Oh my god.
All right.
All right. Get a little pour on that.
Let's try this bad boy out.
Oh, you got a strong pour. Damn, dude.
I ain't messing around, bro.
Yeah, just a little. Here, I'm gonna pour my own because you're gonna make me for schnick it.
Oh, it smells so. I could smell the smoothness. I can smell it.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man. Shout out to Amy.
Thank you so much, Amy. Oh wow. What do you taste in that? I taste a little vanilla.
I'm gonna have to sip it a little more.
Okay. I'm tasting the vanilla in it. I definitely taste a little bit of I definitely taste the oak barrel for sure.
What I like about good whiskey, just like the other one, the first taste I feel like is always the worst. And then it gets smoother as you drink it.
So what I notice about this, there's a little bit of a bite in the beginning, but a very smooth finish.
Yeah. There's a bite when you first, I don't want to say swallow, but we're gonna say it anyway. Fuck it. There's a bite when you first swallow it, and then it just becomes smooth.
Yeah, it's definitely a smooth finish. So, damn, that's really nice. 102.3 proof.
Yeah, see the second sip was much smoother than the first.
Yeah, fantastic. And here again we have some Northern Lights. So we're doing it big here today, buddy. We're doing it big.
We do have some changes coming. We're going to start doing live streams. This right here is a video podcast. We're going to do a live stream
right after this.
I think next.
Yeah.
I do have some new cameras on the way in. One camera is here, but it's dead right now.
Yeah.
And another camera will be delivered tomorrow. So we're going to have multiple angles. We're going to have guests on, not only in the studio, but virtually coming up. Because I have a bunch of people that want to come on.
Okay.
But that will be virtually.
Beautiful.
Your friend is coming on.
Yep.
That will be in studio this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try to shoot for it this weekend. It's actually, my cousin who started, him and a buddy started his own. It just got approved as legal growers here in the state, weed growers. So
in Jersey.
So we're going to talk to him about that. Kind of pick his brain a little bit about marijuana. And speaking about marijuana, I think it was Michigan today just passed legalization of recreational cannabis or cannabis in general. I'm not sure if they were already medically legal, but anyways, they are the 23rd state to get rid of prohibition against marijuana. So shout out to, I think it was Michigan. So
it's coming everywhere.
It is coming everywhere, and I'm really, really excited about it. You know, it's interesting how we're sitting here smoking weed and drinking, and nobody bats an eye about alcohol, but everybody, I feel like, gets all up in arms about marijuana. Which
not as bad as it used to be, though.
Definitely not as bad as it used to be. And anymore, I used to, be like, oh my God, I can't smoke in front of it, but it's not.
You don't care anymore, right? I don't care anymore.
I don't
either.
care anymore.
I don't care who knows. I don't care any of that. Like,
I literally, smoke a joint out front of a restaurant. Like, no, I mean, I see people do it all the time. Nobody fucking cares.
It doesn't matter anymore.
So,
but I love it.
I do too.
I would rather do that than drink any day.
100%.
Yeah.
100%,
like we drink on Bourbon and Blunts, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's really not too much alcohol outside of this.
That's pretty much it. We drink bourbon here, and I've started drinking like when I go out socially, which is very rare.
Right.
It's now like, give me a glass of whiskey.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's literally one glass.
It's one glass, and it's an ounce and a half to 2 ounces of whiskey, and that puts you right in a good spot. And that's
and I'm done for the night.
Done for the night, dude.
Yeah,
I agree, man. How was the past few days, pal?
Good, bro. Memorial Day weekend. Shout out to everybody. Yeah. And hope everyone had a good time on Memorial Day weekend. I didn't do much. I chilled. I went to Dave & Buster's. I kind of just sat at home all weekend, man.
Did you play the basketball game at Dave & Buster's?
Of course.
How did you do?
I'm a beast.
You probably sucked.
I would destroy you.
Probably a stupid game like that, but not at
no. This was basketball. Like a real. They had the little basketball, but then they got a real.
Long, they do.
They got like a 3-pointer one.
Oh, okay. Since you lost all that weight, we should definitely do a rematch of basketball because I will. And there's rules to this too. I don't know if I'm not sure if we mentioned to everybody before on the podcast how you and I had a 1-on-1 basketball match together when you were 240 pounds.
Which is almost 50 pounds ago.
Yeah, and I was fucking giving it to him.
And he still lost, though. He lost. He could talk all the shit he wants.
I did lose, and I'll fairly admit. And now listen, I am not good at basketball. I never claimed to be good at basketball, but I was fucking you up.
Hold on, there's a difference. You were playing bully ball.
This is street ball.
And you guys can see he's in shape. No, that's not street ball. I played street ball my whole life. That's not street ball.
This is street ball.
You would have been fouled out like fucking. You would have been out of there. That's not street ball. What you were doing, dude. You were playing football on the basketball court.
I was running circles around you,
and you lost.
And what did you? How did you win? Please tell everybody how you won.
Okay, so his strategy was bully ball. So my strategy was I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take my time. If you want to push me around and try and bully me, when I get the ball, I'm going to wait till I'm ready. I'm literally going to stop playing and wait till I catch my breath.
And that's exactly what you did.
And I won
That's
that
the
way.
only way you could win.
Look, let me explain something to you.
Because that's the only way I win basketball games is
by
by
bully ball.
by bully ball and constantly running around.
It will be much different this time.
Yeah, and there's going to be a shot clock this time.
That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it this time.
Because cardio-wise, you're not in good shape.
That was 50 pounds ago.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm not worried about it. I played basketball my entire life.
All right, we'll get it going. We're going to
And if you ever want to go Dave and Buster's and just, put some money down on a 3-point contest, we could do that all day long.
We're going to videotape. Let's do this over the next couple of weeks. Let's set up a basketball game.
Yeah.
Me and you, 1-on-1.
Well, we'll record it.
and we're going to record it.
Hell
We'll
yes.
post it.
We'll record it.
And everybody can watch how I fuck up Mr. Slang over here.
How he's got no game except trying to bully people.
Oh, I never said I was good at basketball again. I'm
Well,
just
if
really.
there's a shot clock, there's going to be fouls. Just so you know.
I don't foul.
That's all you do is foul.
I don't
you were
know-
basically punching me on the court.
I don't know what a foul is.
Well, everybody, the world is going to see it.
What? Because I put my hands on you?
You can't touch me, bro. You
I'm
can't
allowed to. I'm
you're
allowed
not
to
allowed
do that.
push me.
I'm
and
allowed to
elbow
keep
me.
my hand on my
You're
hip.
not allowed to push me.
I wasn't pushing you.
If you're just touching me, that's different. But you can't push me.
The refs never saw it.
They're going to when we record it, and I'm still going to win. Don't matter.
Oh, whatever.
And by the way, shout out to all the ballers on YouTube because we've been talking in the tech space because I got a tech channel. If you guys don't know, go sub to that. But there are a lot of shit talkers that play basketball in the tech space, and I'm calling every single one of you out right now.
But there's a lot of people that play basketball
In the tech space, and I'm calling all you motherfuckers
Oh
out.
man, we should set up a whole freaking tournament.
I would.
Whole
We
tech
need to
basketball
do that. We
tournament.
need to do that. I'm going to start pushing that shit on Twitter.
Yeah, you should set that up. But I would love to watch and
Yeah, I'm going to start pushing that shit because I know a lot of them, and I'm sure some of them are really good.
you think where do you think you can
In my
rank?
prime, I'll run with anyone.
You're definitely not in your prime.
No, but if my bag is good,
Yeah,
I'll fucking
which
run.
is speculative.
No, I got another 6 months.
Okay, all right. Well, we should set that up in 6 months.
If I'm on my game, I used to fucking run with D1 players, bro.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean you did very well with
I
them.
fucking would run them.
All right, you say so.
Run them.
All right.
Motherfuckers that know me know.
All right. All right.
know.
Well, listen, if you know Slang over here, leave a comment below if he was actually any good. So we were talking today. I was sending you some potential articles that we were interested in.
Yeah.
And one of the things that popped up was made me very curious. It says, this is from CNN. It says, these women wanted a symbolic expression of self-love, so they married themselves. Now I know you didn't really delve into this article too much. I did read it and I summarized it. When you read that the title right from the get-go, what pops in your mind? Because I want to see if it's the same thing that popped in my mind.
Why can't they get that from a man?
My thing was like,
I mean, self-love is different though, right?
well,
Like,
okay, yes.
Right.
So that's what we're going to kind of talk about a little bit.
so I've talked about this with a few people over the past few months.
Okay.
And because we all struggle with it at some point.
Yeah.
And I always go back to the same thing when people are telling me like they have whether low self-esteem or they're insecure.
Yeah.
I always tell them, go fucking work out. Literally just go work out. It's not about the physical
Right.
and the fucking how you look. That's just a benefit of working out. It's more about the mental. It's more about like, all right, if you're depressed and I have to do this myself.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not feeling like this weekend, I stayed home most of the weekend just because I was in my fucking head all weekend.
Right.
But like self-love, like just go fucking work out. It'll change your mindset completely.
There is definitely a lot of truth to that, right? Yeah, my first impression when I read it, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be just bashing men. But once I read it, I kind of I had a different change of tune, and I really agreed with a lot of it. So I'm gonna just read the summary to everybody as I summarized it here. So the article discusses the concept of self-marriage, also known as sologamy, sologamy.
So it's legal.
No. This is not legal. This is not recognized under law.
Okay.
Okay. But I guess this is just a term people are
Like fucking identify as this.
Exactly. Right.
Some
So
dumb
polygamy,
shit.
where individuals marry themselves as a symbolic expression of self-love and commitment. 4 women who have gone through the so CNN interviewed 4 women for this. So this is in the summary here. So 4 women who have gone through the self-marriage ceremony shared their experiences. They emphasize that marrying oneself is not about rejecting future partnerships, but rather affirming a deep relationship with oneself. The practice is not legally binding and is not recognized by any country's law, leading critics to view it as narcissistic. All right, so let's just kind of pause there for a second. So on the surface, I look at this and I'm like, you know what? I can kind of get down with that because I get down with the idea of I am going to do something symbolically to represent something for myself. And in this case, there is a symbolic representation of love, and this is marriage. And these individuals are using a symbolic representation of marriage to give themselves self-love.
Okay.
Now, of course, other people are going to view the, there will be critics of it.
Here's my first thought though, like self-love is very important, right? Like your whole life is fucked up if you don't have self-love. Like because no one else, if you're depending on somebody else to make you happy, you're gonna be miserable fucking forever.
Yeah.
You might have like a week or two of happiness, but it's not real happiness. It's just like excitement. Like somebody else can't fucking keep you happy.
Agreed. I say this to, Scott and I, we talk about this all the time where we are not responsible for one another's happiness.
You're not. And I learned that in marriage. Like I'm divorced now, but we learned that throughout our marriage. Like I can't depend on her to make me happy.
So then why is it that, because this is something that I struggle with, if Scott is in a bad mood, I embody that and then
feel it.
And then I start becoming.
That's empathy. You're empathetic towards her.
Yeah, but then I start getting into bed, and vice versa. If I'm not in a good mood,
but that's what
it reflects. Like she internalizes that too, and now she starts becoming not in a good mood.
The fact that you guys realize that is a good start because you want to fucking get that mindset out. Like if she's in a bad mood, either you need to just let her be.
Yeah.
Or you try and like cheer her up. A lot of times they don't want to be fucking cheered up. Right?
Yeah, and it's not like.
But you have to figure out how to fucking not let that affect you.
That's our struggle.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I mean, look, we're very rarely in bad moods.
Yeah, I don't really know for you to be in a bad mood. But but that's when you care about somebody. That's what fucking happens.
Yeah, it just. Yeah. But. It's not. No, we both know that we're not responsible for one another's happiness,
and that's exactly right.
Right, but we talk about this all the time. Like, how can we get to a point where you're not affected by my negativity, sometimes, or my mood, and I'm not affected by your mood?
It's hard, bro.
It's very hard, and we haven't got to a point where we're able to separate that. Now, obviously, when we're in good moods, which is most of the time.
That doesn't even count, though.
It doesn't matter, right?
But by the way, if you guys are listening to this on audio, drop a comment. And if you're on video on YouTube, drop some comments. Let us know if you have any fucking ideas or if you deal with it. Like,
yeah, because something that I struggle with tremendously is allowing her if she is
her emotions
affect me, right?
Negative and positive. Oh,
and positive. Yeah. Well, love the positive aspect,
of course,
right?
You get the best of both worlds,
right? But so like. To not let the negative impact my mood because
hard, bro.
She's not responsible for that, and I am unfortunately internalizing that.
I think if you just have a fucking conversation, if you know she's in a bad mood and you just have a conversation with her and she's like, just let me be.
I let her be.
You go do your thing.
But it still does. But
you're still thinking about it.
Yeah,
you're still thinking about it, but there's nothing you could do.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how to get it to a point in my head where I'm like,
But I think that's the problem with men. Like we want to fix it.
We're fixers.
We want to fix the shit right away. And I used to have this discussion all the time with my ex-wife. Like I want to fix the fucking problem right away.
Me too, man.
Where women just want to talk about it or not talk about it.
Yeah.
And be okay, like eventually. But I'm trying to fix the shit right away, and a lot of times it backfired on me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to fix it right away, and that was not the path I should have taken.
Right, because all she wants is like, I just want you to fucking
listen to me. Shut up and listen.
Right, you don't need to fix everything. I just need somebody to talk to.
Fix it.
Of course, dude. I sometimes it's the same thing with me. Like,
and anybody that's in a relationship, I'm sure has experiences.
Yeah, for sure. It's
not just fucking married couples or people that have been together for a long time.
Right.
Right. I'm always going to want to fix the fucking problem.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. So so there's obviously some critics of this. Some of the critics are saying with polygamy, these are narcissistic people, right? And look, maybe so.
The critics are saying that?
This is what some critics are saying. These individuals that are marrying themselves out of self-love is narcissistic. Let's shelf that for a second because I disagree with them saying that. And I just kind of want to continue
I do have to say one more comment real quick. And when you first told me the topic, I was like, oh, here we fucking go.
Hey.
But now that we're talking about it, like self-love is so important. Like whatever somebody has to do to feel okay about themselves, I'm okay with it.
But I also think there has to be honesty with oneself. Like if you're 500 pounds.
Well, true.
Right. So if you're 500 pounds, because there's all this body positivity, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reality is when I look at that, try to look at it objectively, I'm like, okay, yes, I do think you should still love yourself, but that does not negate the fact that you should not be honest with yourself and say, hey, I am obese. I need to take a different path in my life.
That's true, but there's a big but with that. Like, if they're happy, so fucking be it.
And I'm okay with that.
If they're happy at 400 pounds.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Then that's fine.
Let them be.
Right. I am a firm, I want people to live their life how they see fit.
If they're happy eating and just being overweight and they're happy with their life, then so be it.
Then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, when it comes to self-love, I think there's too much overindulgence in our culture today. And people don't want to face the actual truth of the reality of their situation. So they make excuses for themselves.
Well, excuses are in everything.
They're in everything, but people make excuses for themselves, or they're like, oh, it's okay to be this way, or
because to get self-love or anything, to get self-love or to be in shape or to be out of shape, it takes discipline.
It does take discipline.
If I want to get fat, I need to eat shit every day.
Yeah, and
that's still a type of discipline.
It really is a type of discipline.
And if I want to be in shape, I need to eat better and go to the gym every day. Yeah. That's a discipline.
From a simple standpoint, yes, you do.
Self-love, I need to keep telling myself, like, I'm okay.
Yeah, well, but okay. So let's shelf that. Let's finish the summary here, and then we'll break it down even more. So it says experts argue that self-marriage can be a healthy form of narcissism, highlighting the importance of self-love and personal happiness. One woman, Brittany Rist, decided to marry herself after going through a separation and focusing on healing and self-improvement. See, I like that. She conducted a solo ceremony expressing her commitment to loving herself fully. Months later, she got married to her now husband, wearing her self-marriage ring as a reminder of her self-love journey. Another woman, Danny Adams, had initially planned for a larger self-wedding, but postponed it due to the pandemic. After working on her self-esteem and personal growth, she eventually married herself in a ceremony attended by around 40 guests. Adams sees self-marriage as a fresh start and an opportunity to take ownership of her life and choices. Although critics question the practice of self-marriage, experts believe it as a reflection of the growing understanding that an individual should take responsibility for their own happiness. They argue that self-love is essential to avoid depending on others for validation and fulfillment. While polygamy may not be legally recognized, those who commit to loving themselves after working on inner healing are seen as taking a positive step towards personal well-being. The women who have married themselves view it as a celebration of self-worth and a declaration that they do not need to lose themselves in order to enter a partnership. And that's the end of the summary that I made. So, after reading the article, and just kind of, I don't view this as a narcissistic thing. I just view this as individuals trying to
do whatever they can to fucking feel good about themselves.
But really just work on self-improvement.
Yeah, I don't think it's narcissistic at all.
I don't think so either. Yeah. And I was reflecting on some of my past relationships. I was reflecting on what I've seen to be successful in relationships, what I've seen to not be successful in relationships. And one of the things that I've noticed that I really love about this is that I think things that happen from our childhood, whether it's trauma, bad situations, whatever you want to call it, builds up in us. And then I think a lot of times we in one way or another, we look for an escape to some of that pain. And some of those escapes could be...
I mean, that could be alcohol,
drugs, right?
Whatever, yeah.
But I also think we use some of that, in a form of love, right? So we look for others.
But that's when you're depending on somebody else.
Exactly.
To make it
But I
happen.
don't know if a lot of people recognize
They
this,
don't.
right?
They don't.
So, and this is what I like about what these women did here is that they were hurting for whatever reason. They were probably hurting from something from their past. They get into these relationships. Some of the relationships didn't work out. And then rather than jumping back into a different relationship, which we've all done,
Yeah.
right? Me included, like just jump into another relationship.
Yeah. Rebound.
Exactly. Taking a pause. And let me do some self-reflection here.
The best thing I ever did after my divorce was fucking not date. The best choice I ever made.
Yeah.
Like, I took 4 years.
Yeah, you took a while, dude.
It took 4 years before I even looked again.
Yeah.
I mean, COVID made 2 years of that very easy.
Right.
But for 2 years before that, I didn't look to date at all. I just was working on myself, trying to be happy with where I am now in fucking life.
Yeah.
And I've never been happier alone in my life than I am right now.
So I've known you now. Oh God, I probably have known you now for 4+ years,
Yeah.
right? Because you and Mariah were still together.
Were we?
Yeah.
I've been divorced for like 5 years.
So probably it was around that mark then.
Yeah.
This is I can say this, dude. This is the happiest I've ever seen you.
Yeah. And it's like not much can bring me down.
Now you're always in a pretty happy, positive mood.
Even with the shit that some of the shit that I've been through.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. You're super happy. I mean, for you to be.
Well, for me,
Yeah, for you,
what I
right.
am happy and you happy are
Yeah, they're a
completely
little bit
two
different.
I still want to kill a bitch.
Yeah, we're a little
But, yeah,
we're semi-different people,
yeah.
dude. But my point is, like, you did spend a lot of time with that self-improvement.
I needed to.
I mean, you said lost 40, 50 pounds.
45 pounds.
I mean, that was just one aspect,
Yeah.
which that was a cascading effect to other things.
I lost 45 pounds since January, bro.
Right. So, so that was actually fairly recently.
It was like November, December.
Right.
No, because I had November, December.
Okay.
Because November I started the training again,
Right.
but then I had the procedure done on the back.
That's right.
In
Okay.
January.
Okay.
So I was down for like a month.
Okay. So either way, my point is you did spend that time trying to do some sort of self-improvement, obviously working on your YouTube channel, all that sort of stuff. And it really shows, man. And I wish more people could do a lot more reflection on them as an individual and just be honest with themselves in order to identify weak points of their personality or their life or things that have impacted them as a human being from their past. Work on those problem areas because I think if you work on yourself as an individual, I think now when you go into a relationship, it makes that relationship way more healthy.
So I think a lot of people, myself included, I've done this, and this is what I did for YouTube for a few years. Because even when I was doing YouTube after the divorce, I was still miserable for a while, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
But I think people, instead of like really trying to look at themselves in the mirror and saying, like, look your fucking self, if you're miserable, look yourself dead in the eye, in the mirror, and fucking say, just be honest about yourself, like what you fucking feel. But I think a lot of people, and I did this, they stay busy.
Yeah.
They do something, which is good, right? You want to be busy.
Yeah,
they do
for sure.
something to stay busy. And in my case, it was YouTube.
Right.
And you stay busy so I worked all day and then I would come home and do YouTube at fucking night.
Right.
And then I'd go to sleep or try and go to the gym or whatever. So I would never have time to really reflect on why I'm so fucking miserable.
Right.
It didn't bother me. But then on fucking nights where you're not doing anything, there were weekends where I would be laying on the fucking couch for fucking 48 hours straight because I was miserable.
Yeah.
But I couldn't explain why. Like I wouldn't be able to move. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would just be like fucking miserable.
Where do you think that pain stemmed from? What was the root of that pain?
Fuck if I know, bro. I still don't really know. Like, failed marriage, which like I'm happy now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I got you.
and it was definitely the right move to get divorced.
Yeah.
But just the fact that it was a failed marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a big thing for me because when I was growing up, I looked at my parents were divorced when I was young, but my grandparents were married for 70-something years.
Wow.
So that's who I looked up to, and that's what I always wanted to have.
Okay.
But it didn't work out that way, right? Because so I was like, to me, my marriage was a fucking straight failure. Even though we're still friends and whatever, we co-parent the dogs and whatever, still a failure in my eyes.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? So maybe that was it. And shit, I could have been really depressed after the fucking the scams.
Oh, right, dude. Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
what you guys don't know about.
You don't know about that. You have to be ready to.
I mean, my life savings was wiped out. You
Pretty
know what I
much,
mean?
man. Pretty much.
I got scammed big time, 3 different occasions within the same month. And, I took chances and I took risks. And
you got bit in the ass.
One day we will revisit this and I will explain exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But I basically was wiped out of my life savings.
Yeah.
And that wasn't too long ago.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
But still, whatever. I just keep going.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Just keep going. What else am I going to fucking do?
Right. You're not dead, dude. You're
fucking care.
keep going. Yeah,
as long as I can breathe tomorrow and get up, whatever.
Exactly.
I got a bad back. I got wiped out. I got a brain tumor. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
There are still fucking millions of people worse off.
Oh, for sure, dude. 100%, right?
I got fucking a $400 bottle of whiskey here.
That's pretty damn good.
That somebody donated. We're chilling, fucking doing what I love to do.
Yeah, man. Freaking smoking, talking about good topics.
Still work for myself.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's true. You don't have a boss.
I got no boss. I got fucking dogs that are mad cool.
So do you think part of your way out of that darkness was to reflect upon all the positives in your life?
No.
You don't think that was the way? What do you think was...
I never looked at it like that.
Okay.
You got to keep going. It basically came down to that. I'm not going to quit. I'm never going to fucking quit.
Yeah.
I might fail all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to quit.
Do you think you healed some of the demons that you were dealing with during that time? And whether that was through exercise or maybe just some self-reflection.
Yeah, it was through exercise.
Okay.
So here's what I know why I was miserable. And was it the marriage and the divorce? Maybe 10% of it.
Okay.
But the real reason was, and I might have told you this, but I've talked about this before, I think in live streams and shit on my channel. I know why I was fucking depressed. And that was because of my back injury. So I grew up an athlete. I played baseball. I played basketball. I played fucking every sport until I was in my fucking 30s.
Okay.
And I played in the Garden State League for baseball all over the fuck. I played in traveling teams for basketball all over Jersey. And when I hurt my back, I lost all that. Right before I hurt my back, I was in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
I was fucking running all the time.
Yeah, you showed me a picture. You're in great shape.
Yeah,
dude.
I was fucking working out every day, running all the time, fucking dancing salsa fucking 4 days a week, bro.
Can you believe he's a salsa dancer?
Yeah, and I'm good too.
Yeah,
I danced for 12 years.
Yeah, you salsa and something.
Bro, I performed in AC. I performed in Washington, D.C. I've been on salsa cruises. But when I got hurt, I got hurt on a salsa cruise.
Yeah.
And when I got hurt, I lost all of that. And that's what made me miserable. I lost the one thing that I loved.
Right.
Being active.
Yeah.
Working out, playing sports. I lost that for 12 years.
Yeah.
For 12 years, I lost that.
Damn, dude.
That's what made me miserable. And I've only came out of my shell again once I had that back procedure done.
Right.
And I was able to work out again.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely saw a giant shift in your attitude.
Because once I was able to work out again, how much weight did I lose in how little time?
Yeah, that was right.
I fucking went hard, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I could fucking work out again. Are you kidding me?
Right,
I'm going in.
Yeah, you definitely did, man, and it definitely shows. I mean, you're down 190 pounds or whatever it is now.
I was 187 the other day.
Oh man, you're down to my weight.
Yeah.
Jeez. What I was gonna say is, so for you, that was some of your demons as it related to a relationship in some type of way.
Relationship was only a small part of it. My main thing was I lost who I was because that's all I knew.
Right.
That's who I was.
Right.
My whole life, that's who I was.
But do you think that affected your relationship?
Absolutely.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So now you're able to kind of resolve that aspect of yourself. And I guess for every individual, it's kind of different, right? I mean, whether it's, an injury or injuries or some type of emotional trauma or whatever it is, you have to work on yourself first as an individual to get over those demons and those hurdles. And then when you're in a relationship, I feel as though if both parties can work on themselves as a solo individual,
You have to be solo.
You
still.
have to.
In a relationship, you have to fucking still do you.
for sure. But that's kind of not what I'm saying. No, I agree with you. You're 100% correct. But I'm saying to be in a healthy relationship, I think one of the key elements is to work on your problem areas as an individual. And if your partner can work on their problem areas as an individual, then I think your relationship together will be a hell of a lot better.
Well, we'll be better.
Yeah.
We'll be better because you can't count on her to do it for you, and vice versa.
No.
Like I can't help her problems. Like she has to figure. I can help with all right, if she has a problem with
Yeah, of course. But you're not going to be able to solve maybe
mentally, I can't fix her problems.
No, you're not going to be able to solve some type of childhood trauma or whatever.
No.
They're going to have to get over that.
I could just be an ear. I can
exactly,
be an ear.
Exactly, right. They're going to have to get over that themselves. And I think that's, in this article, I think that's all these women are doing. They're just using some type of representation of the idea of marriage. Because usually when you're getting married, you're marrying somebody that you love. So rather than marrying an individual, I'm going to marry myself, love myself, work on myself, and now maybe I can go into another relationship and that relationship work out.
Yeah, I've said this many times in my life. I can never make someone happy or take care of someone if I'm not happy.
100%, dude.
Never works.
I say that all the time too. You can't. How could you fully take care of and love somebody else if you can't take care of and love yourself?
It's impossible.
Yeah,
it's fucking impossible.
It is,
like
dude.
it will turn out to be a disaster.
Yeah, I definitely agree, man.
And I've done it.
I have too. I mean, and
by the way, this shit is good.
it is really good. Thank you so much, Amy, for this beautiful bottle of whiskey. But anyways, pal, any more thoughts on the article or self-love or relationships?
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it either. I kind of like the idea of if you want to have some type of ceremonial representation of being able to love yourself, as long as you are honest with who you are and who you were and who you're becoming. I don't see a problem with it. The only problem I see sometimes is when people try to lie to themselves and not be honest with who they are and not ever work on their demons or insecurities or whatever, and just try to put on a facade.
Well, that's going to turn out bad.
I think it will turn out bad.
Eventually, the truth is going to come out, and you're going to fucking lose it.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't think these women did that in this article, and I like the idea.
Yeah, like I said, when I first read the headline, I was like, oh, fuck, here we go.
And it was a big man bashing, baby.
Man bash. But like, you do what you have to do to feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Like in a
and
up to a certain extent.
For sure, right? And don't lie to yourself. Like be honest with who you are. The problem with honesty to oneself is the ego gets in the fucking way. Well, I think pride's part of the ego, right? You try to put on this perception of oneself, and that perception of oneself might not be the actual reality of who you are on the inside.
So I've said this to my ex-wife. I said it to ex-girlfriends before, like, because like, look yourself in the fucking mirror. Like, if you're upset, like, just fucking walk yourself into the bathroom and literally because a lot of people that are depressed or upset, they can't look at themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot stare at yourself in the mirror for 10 seconds and be honest about what you're feeling. Like, try it. That shit is not easy.
It's funny, dude. I do that sometimes. Like if I'm upset about something, and again, I'm very rarely upset about anything.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a bad mood or whatever, for whatever reason, I look in the mirror, I'm like, you need to fucking wake up and snap out.
Yeah, like it's not easy
because it's not easy, right? But I always say, like, you need to wake up and snap out of it because this is ridiculous.
But you gotta be real with yourself
for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So. But anyways, everybody, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Bourbon and Blunts. You can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can listen to any sort of podcast. If you want to watch our beautiful faces, you can go check us out on YouTube again. Also, if you would like to support the channel, a subscription would be a giant plus.
You do have to support on Spotify, though, so go to the link on the YouTube channel. It is down there. Click on the link, and you can donate anywhere from 99 cents a month to $9.99 a month. We do have some donators already, which we will be giving you a shout-out very soon.
Yep. I think other than that, buddy, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, also, we just got on Instagram. We're just going to have one Instagram, right?
One Instagram, at Bourbon Blunts. We're also on Twitter, at Bourbon Blunts. And Jimmy the J on Twitter, and Jimmy _
We're just
J
saying Jimmy the J. It's okay.
_ and then digital _ slang on Twitter, and my YouTube channel, Digital Slang.
Yep. I think that's it. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening and watching. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, and shout out for the whiskey one more time, Amy. Good looking out. It is fucking delicious. And our next video will be a live stream.
Yeah, we're going to do that next.
Yeah.
So
peace.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.